Hey folks, how you doing? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report with your NHL playoff previews and predictions for a Friday, May 21st. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your Friday. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner, or hit the subscribe button below this video if you're watching on a mobile device. Also, today's podcast brought to you by HockeyPicks.com. Anybody can play, anybody can join. Head on over to HockeyPicks.com and follow the top hockey pickers in Z Roper, Vela from Finland, Benji from Detroit, and you want to follow their selections each and every day right here at HockeyPicks.com. All right, we got some really good hockey last night. In fact, Montreal Canadiens, we called it here yesterday on our video. I thought, they were going to outgrind the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, a scary moment with Tavares getting kneed ahead by Corey Perry by accident. And, that shook the Toronto Maple Leafs. But at the end of the day, it was Carey Price. Carey Price, playoff Price, right? The price is right. And that's what Carey Price does. When he comes up in big games, big goalies step up in big games. Carey Price stepped up. And Toronto, hey, you know what? They fought, but they couldn't match the intensity of the Montreal Canadiens. And I thought for sure if Montreal was going to win this series, they're going to have to out-hit the faster Maple Leafs. In fact, it was 55-27 in hits last night. So you can see the just like Winnipeg playing against Edmonton, the strategy is wear down your opponents, lay the body on that. That's playoff hockey. And in hockey, it's the toughest championship to win. You got to really grind down your opponent. You need great goaltending. And this is why I say all the time in these podcasts, you need the sandpaper. If you don't have sandpaper in your lineup during playoff time, hey, you can be the Atlanta Braves of the 90s and 2000s and win every regular season game you want. But when it comes to playoff hockey, you got to be able to step up every night. It's going to be physical. The most popular guy in the dressing room after a game is going to be the trainer and the ice tub. And you're going to have to really, you want to win that championship. It's going to be like a mash unit at the end, right? So a 2-1 victory last night for the Montreal Canadiens. Vegas Golden Knights, what can you say about Vegas? Outshot them 40-16. At the end of the day, Minnesota, you can't play the left wing lock all game. You're going to have to find some scoring. And you can't allow Vegas to have that many shots on goal. Pittsburgh Penguins, both teams need better goaltending. You can't be having every game 9 goals in a game. The Penguins just flex their muscles, and the Islanders just need to stay out of the box. And for the Florida Panthers and Tampa Bay Lightning, much needed win for the Florida Panthers last night. In fact, they outshot the Lightning 47-31 in the last 2 games. They've outshot the Lightning. They just need better goaltending. And you can't allow Tampa Bay to be in the power play. They will torch you on the power play. And if Florida can ever get the goaltending settled down, if Bobrovsky's your guy, go with him. Now that I think Quenneville's in a corner, he can't go back to Drieger. He's going to have to make a choice. And whoever he goes in game 4, you got to ride that goalie right out to the end. You can't be doing the Steve Spurrier quarterback rotation at this point in the series. And it's a good thing Florida won last night, because had that gone 3-0, good night, Irene, that one's over. But now we got a series. Going to be a great series, and I can't wait to see game number 4 on Saturday. All right, let's get to this one between the Boston Bruins and the Washington Capitals. Now, the bookmakers have made the Bruins a 167 favorite. The over-under is set at 5.5. ATS forecast, computer pick, going to lean with Boston here, 3.36 to 2.77. The over-under is set at minus 6.13, so it does like it to go over the total. And looking at the last game, let's be honest, every game in this series has been an overtime game. When Greg Smith is one of your top scorers in Boston, there's an issue right there. Ovechkin got to be more consistent on the power play, and the Backstrom and all the secondary scoring, TJ Oshie and all those guys. You need to find more than just your top guys, right? These two teams are very evenly matched. Hey, 3 overtimes. You can tell this is going to come down to the 3rd and 4th line, and you can't have brain farts in your goaltenders by not, like I said in the other podcast, that mistake in overtime, that's beer league stuff. That's what happens in beer leagues. It can't happen in the NHL. The miscommunication with Samsonov and Schultz, that stuff's got to be rectified. And good on Ovechkin for calling them out right there at the moment. I have no problem with that, not whatsoever. Accountability, and hey, that's the passion of your captain. But he was the only guy who can do that. The captain is the only guy I felt who can really, in that moment, really let his goaltender have it. And hey, I'm telling you, I think Washington is the play here tonight. I know the computer likes Boston. I think the Washington's going to come out smoking tonight. I'm seeing a 4-1 type game for the Capitals. Carolina, Nashville. This one here is, you know what? It's hard to say, but I think Carolina is going to win this in 4. 5 tops. Nashville, I just don't see where the scoring is going to come. 3-0 last night. Carolina, they just fast, physical. Aho playing really good. Great goaltending. Nashville, so looking at the line in this game, minus 152. The over-under set at 5.5. ATS forecast, going to go with Carolina. 3.2 to 2.8. The over-under at 6.02. And I do like Carolina in this one. I think, they're just... to me, they're just gearing up for the next series, and that'll be between either Tampa Bay or Florida. Winnipeg taking on Edmonton. Now, Winnipeg had the same strategy Montreal had last night. They out-hit the Oilers in their last game. In fact, I can't remember what the hits were, but they were high. They were like almost doubled. And that's the strategy. You want to slow down your top players. Just like Montreal slowed down Marner and Matthews last night. Hey, the good players are going to get their chances, right? You just got to limit their access to the puck, slow them down. Don't let them fly in the neutral zone. And Winnipeg did a good job in game number 1. And you know what? You got to remember, like I said to Winnipeg in my last video, I did this podcast. Winnipeg Jets had a good season. Think of a horse race, right? Gate to wire. Winnipeg from gate to about the quarter pole, the 3/4 pole, did a great job. They just didn't finish down the stretch real nicely this season. But I'm going to tell you, Winnipeg's a good hockey team. They're big, they're physical. And for Edmonton, the goaltending is going to be an issue. They're going to go to Koskinen. They're going to stay with Mike Smith. Whenever you have 2 goalies, you don't have one, right? It's the same situation in Florida. That's my only concern with those 2 teams right there. But I think Winnipeg here tonight, they're in a tough spot. They got the job. They got the job done. They needed to get 1 in Edmonton. Make it 1-1 or 2-0. If they come home 2-0, it's gravy, right? But if they can get back to Winnipeg 2-0, 1-1, mission accomplished. You got 1 win in Edmonton. You know what? Now you get back home. You got 2 games, and you got a chance to really, bury them right there at home, right? So the bookmakers have made the Oilers a 172 favorite here this evening. The over/under set at 5.5. ATS forecast, computer pick, gonna go with the Jets here, 3.2 to 2.8. The over/under at 6.03. And if you're gonna play this game here tonight, guys, I think Edmonton might be the play here when you think about the situation they're in. And you know what? Here's where coaching is going to matter, right? You're going to have to make an adjustment. And do you change your lineup a bit, bring in more sandpaper a bit? But who do you got, right? I think the total is where you want to go tonight. I think this one goes over the total tonight in Edmonton. That's where I would lean. St. Louis taking on the Colorado Avalanche. Again, Colorado, too big, too physical, too fast. Minus 244. At the end of the day, when I look at the stats, they look pretty much even. It came down to Binghamton. St. Louis goaltending has got to be better. Bottom line, you got it. You need to be better. There's no ends or buts about it. At the end of the day, you got to stop the puck. And Colorado going into this one, minus 244 favorite. The over/under set at 5.5. Forecast going to lean with the Avs here, 3.32. 3.3, the over-under at 6.62. I'm not going to touch this game. I think Colorado wins. I'm not laying 244 on a team on the road against a team that's desperate, that has their back to the wall 0-2. I think, and goaltending is so shaky, you can't even play the total. Whenever you have goaltending that's that shaky, you just, you're in the playoffs. When in doubt, get out. And there's no work around it, right? There's other games on the board. There's a good basketball game, a lot of baseball, and I think there's a lot of better opportunities to wager on tonight. But if I were to make 2 plays here tonight, guys, I'm leaning Washington. I love the Capitals in this spot. I think if you're a prop guy, I know a lot of people like the props. Ovechkin, whatever his goal total is, I bet it over. I think Ovechkin's going to have a big name. You can't bark at your goalie and then come out flat the next game, right? That doesn't look good on your captain. So, and we know Ovechkin, he loves hockey. And I think this game goes over the total. Those would be my top 2 plays tonight. Winnipeg, Edmonton over. I think this one goes under. I do like Carolina, and I'm not even touching that game. All right, there you have it. Don't forget, check out my top plays, my best bets each and every day at hockeypicks.com. My handle here is Ronnie Ray. You can follow me each and every day right here at hockeypicks.com. And for a Friday night, enjoy the game. Should be a good one. Cheers.